in a world
George, can you help me set up my recording studio?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
where voiceover talent are stuck in their closets
Is there a way to improve the quality of my audio files?
Oh yeah.
and they need to deliver finished audio tracks.
You are my hero.
Oh, thank you. That was sweet.
There is one man who takes it all on.
Video time, excellent, Whittam's World.
Whittam's World, rated VO.
Hey everybody, this is George Whittam reporting for Whittam's World. I thought I'd do a little something different this week since I'm getting so many questions I can't possibly keep up with all you guys. But there's a lot of questions that really aren't enough for a full show topic, so what I'm going to do this time is 5 and 5. I'm going to answer 5 questions and keep it all under 5 minutes. So without further ado, let me dig right in. The first one comes from Michael Miro, and he says, I've heard good reports on the Apogee MiC. I know it's compatible with my iPad, but will it work with my HP laptop? Give it a shot. I heard reports unofficially from Apogee that it has been known to work on other computers. They're not officially allowed to say that because they're very much an Apple licensed type product, so they're not really allowed to say they support anybody else. But you know what? Give it a try. Plug it in. You never know what may happen. It's certainly not going to break it. Worst case scenario, you just return it. So it may actually work just fine for you. Next question is from Mike Martin. Do you have any opinion on my microphone, the Blue Yeti by Blue Microphones? Not the Pro version. I've been using it for VO only, and although the look is what attracted me, it's cute, isn't it? How does it measure up? It's actually a surprisingly good microphone. To me, what makes a microphone measure up for voiceover is it has to be very low noise, right? It has to have very low noise itself. So when you turn on the mic and hit record and you turn up the gain, you shouldn't have a lot of hiss. And this is one mic that's capable of recording with very low noise. But other aspects about it, I'm not so happy about. I don't like its, I think it's a neat look, but I think it's a very awkward mic that's difficult to place very easily. And it's very heavy. So putting it on the end of a long boom mic stand can be really awkward and it can tip over. So it's not my favorite, but considering its cost and its relative sound quality is impressive, you know, it may work for you. So go for it. Question 3 comes from Rowan, and he asks, I wondered if you could address the topic, what is a processor, a preamp, and a mixer, and what do they do? Do you need all 3? Are any of those features built in the audio recording software? Is a preamp the same as a mixer, or is it a different animal altogether? These pieces of equipment can be confounding and many folks buy way more than they need and they can't successfully use it in conjunction with their software. Yes, you're absolutely right. People overthink it. Okay, quickly. The preamp is the device that's inside another piece of equipment to boost the gain. It could be inside a mixer. It could be inside a USB audio interface. Or it could be a standalone mic preamp that is then connected to other equipment. I recommend keeping it simple, just like I said in episode 1 way back a few months ago, that you should just have a standalone microphone USB interface that's a simple device that doesn't have any extra bells and whistles, that lets you plug your mic into it and then plug it into the computer. Keep it simple. There's plenty of solutions that have really good sound quality without spending a lot of money. The processing that some preamps or channel strips may have is often done most easily in software anyway. So you don't need all 3, and you only need a mixer if you need to add in more fancy equipment like an ISDN codec or a foam patch. Question number 4 comes from Jim Hickey. He asked about TwistedWave. He has Adobe Audition and Audacity, and now he's giving TwistedWave a try. And he asks about the noise reduction effects that both Audition and Audacity include. His question is, how do I access the same or similar effect with TwistedWave? I don't see that specific effect in that program. You're right, TwistedWave does not include a noise reduction tool like is included with Adobe Audition and Audacity, right? But I find that using the dynamics processing, which comes with TwistedWave, the AU dynamics, if you set it correctly, it can do a really great job doing what's called expanding or noise gating. And in most cases, I find that that tool is actually far better to use than noise reduction, unless you have a really high-end noise reduction software like Izotope RX, which can do a pretty nice job. But I find that the audio unit's dynamics processor that comes on every single Mac when set correctly, can do a really great job, and it doesn't make me miss the noise reduction tool at all. And lastly, question number 5 comes from Scott McDonald. He has a question about Pearl microphone's priority. It's a particular model of microphone, and it's said to have a bit of a boost around 5 kilohertz. When getting a VO mic, should it have relatively flat response across the frequency range, or is it okay to get one that has some kind of built-in EQ? And will it matter for an engineer who is receiving the file if the mic has some kind of emphasis or not? That's a good question, and this could be a whole show, and I'll talk about microphone choosing in another show, but for now, let me just say that 2 to 3 dB around 5 kilohertz boost is very subtle. That's not very much at all. So if it was not the best EQ setting for your voice, it would be very easy to correct for that later. No mic that is great on a voiceover is going to be completely flat. Every microphone has some sort of a curve. They're all unique, and that's why choosing a mic for your voice can be a lifelong adventure. So don't waste too much time on it. And if you want to know how to make your mic sound great with your voice or a lot of other things, you can certainly look me up over at vostudiotech.com, and I can help you tune EQ, tune dynamics, whatever you need to fit your voice and your style and your studio. So you don't have to think about it and worry about it for every session you send out. And if you've got your questions you want to have answered on the show, please do send them in to Whittam's World at edgestudio.com. I really appreciate you guys helping out to keep this show moving along, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe and like the videos. I really appreciate it when you click that like button. Thanks, everybody.